In this presentation, what you're going to see is a unique workflow that's developed for unconventional resource space using a couple of technologies within DecisionSpace suite to drill more productive wells in a safer environment. So before I jump into the demonstration, let me give you an overview of it. So what we're going to do is, first and foremost, we'll understand the challenges we have from a field of choice in relation to, let's say, the pad placement. And once you understand the challenges on the surface side, the next thing we're going to do is look at our field and any subsurface information we might have from geology standpoint. So what I'm looking at here is historical well data and the log information. From that, I can figure out what is my top and base of the reservoir of interest. So you know what's your reservoir of interest in this particular field. Once you understand, you can actually build a framework right around that area to come up with how much of the rock is actually available, the resource rock available for this particular field. Next thing what I'll do is I'll incorporate different phases for the formations and also porosity and permeability, which is more like reservoir properties, to understand and build an earth model. So what I just did is I'm going to go through the entire reservoir model and I'm going to understand how much of this reservoir model is occupied by organic content. And that will give me an idea how I can effectively lay these wells and drill them so that I can efficiently drain the reservoir. So that's going to affect our bottom line here. Next thing what I'll do is I'll run through different exercises of well planning, field planning for the entire field. And from those field plans, I'll come up with an optimum field plan that actually will work with our particular scenario. So till now what I did is I built an asset model for our resource play. Now, as you know, a model needs to be calibrated in order to get it to the real situation. For that, I'll bring in a live well and then I'll incorporate that as part of the system. So that's what I'll be doing in geosteering, where I'll actually show how I can keep that well in the sweet spot along the way as it is drilled. And the greatest benefit that we have with the tools that we incorporate here is the framework or the surfaces that we build. So as you're correlating these logs, you can update the frameworks on the fly. That's what we call the dynamic frameworks to fill. And once you are sure that you laid the lateral in the right part of the rock, the next one is the most expensive and productive part of our field development, which is basically the stimulation. This is where you'll make sure most of your microseismic events are actually stimulating the right part of the rock, and of course it's going to affect our production eventually. And this is a loop that I'll be combining together. So it will be an updating model. As you get more and more information from the logs, you'll update your reservoir model. As you get more and more information from the well planning, from stimulation, you'll be updating your field plans. So you'll be redefining those field plans. So that's what we'll be saying.